Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe Show, the home of Epic Conversations, and I'm the host of Epic Conversations 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner, 2018 Innovation Award winner, given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also still co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads and fathers. It's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care, and being part of that collaboration. Actually, we're going into our fourth year now with that collaboration, being part of that collaboration, the only one in the world. And for some reason, all of a sudden now people saying, how did you get that sponsorship? Can you teach me? And I go, why? He says, well, I don't want to take a loan and I have too much challenge getting grants. So touch base with me if you want to get some knowledge on that. So yeah, through that collaboration in 2022 and 2021, reached out directly and indirectly to over 100,000 fathers around the world. So feeling blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem, and Blackalicious. And Blackalicious, I like to say. So, Mr.
Right.
Ryan, you're on mute. There you go.
Yes,
there you go. So we are
always
here.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good morning. How's things in the Knight household?
You know, quiet, getting to sleep in a little bit since it's a PA day and March break is starting up. But for those that don't know who I am, my name is Ryan Knight, one of the co-founders of the Afro-Caribbean Business Network. We work with entrepreneurs of African and Caribbean heritage, really to figure out what stage their business is in and then help them create a strategy to grow their companies exponentially. I'm an entrepreneur myself. I run a company called Detailing Nights. So we provide mobile waterless car cleaning. Go to your house, your office, clean your car on the spot without using water, and our plant-based eco-friendly cleaning supplies. And today we have our next info session about our summer entrepreneurship program.
Okay.
So we're showing you how to start your own car cleaning business. So today at 2:30, Friday, March 10th, if you want to check it out. Going forward from here, it might be on repeat. So instead of you having to wait till a certain day, we'll just have the video ready for you so you can learn a bit, sign up, and we'll get you started. And you'll see I'm still rocking the PACU shirt, which stands for the Pan-African Credit Union. So if you want to see a Black-focused, Black-serving, Black-owned financial institution come into being, definitely check out pacu.ca and pledge and become part owner of this up-and-coming credit union.
All right. It's been quite the week, and like we got kicked off. Monday was quite the spirited conversation on the Morning Vibe. That was really, really good. Found everything from Black Pulse 24, who owns that.com, to all different myriad of conversations. But so we're gonna chop it. We're scheduled to have Roger Dundas, a publisher and co-founder of Buy Blacks, with us.
Yeah, he messaged and said he's logging on. So
okay,
probably
good.
Take him a bit.
Yeah, but while we have a few moments, I want to have a big hail out. So last night I went to Foodpreneurs celebration of their second cohort.
Nice.
And I was, it's the west part of Toronto, but I said I went. Incredible event.
Wow, nice.
And first things first, it was held at a Black-owned brewery.
Okay.
So I'm going to be chatting with Ryan and Roger offline. This is a really good place to hold an event.
Nice.
I didn't get a chance to meet the owner. I saw him from a distance, but it's a Black-owned brewery, and I highly suggest anyone who wants to hold an event at a Black-owned establishment, this is really, really good. I had a great time. Good morning, Finance IQ.
Nice.
Yes, she goes, you went to the Wild Wild West. Yes, the Southwest Wild Wild West, so to speak. but it was really good. All Many of the graduates made testimonials up in front of the audience about how incredible the program is, and especially how much Janice and Marie have done for them. Actually, one of the participants gave Janice a plaque.
Okay, well, that's
And Janice, Janice broke out into tears.
Oh man,
It was such a what, and the food, what? And the nice thing, I think most of the food there was participants' products.
Right.
It
Yes.
was really and Chris Maggie.
Oh,
Maggie, she was there and she was dropping some serious foot last night. I mean, it was, and the music was great. I'm gonna see if I can show. I don't know how the pictures are gonna come out, but there was the participant giving Janice
with the plaque.
A plaque.
Gotcha. Yes, I love it.
And it was just a really like, I'm gonna show a quick. Okay, here was some of that was at the main table.
Oh well, a nice spread. I love it.
Right, it was right in the center of the room, and believe me, the food didn't get all eaten. It was so much. Like, there's sliders there. Yeah, there's some sliders. They had there was chicken and waffle servings, like in mini chicken and waffle things that were started. It was amazing. It was a great event. So fully high up in regards to there's the chicken and waffles presentation.
Wow, yes. Yes. Hold on, let me actually enlarge this. That looks sick.
Yeah, it was really so. When I was there last night, I thought about you and Roger, because I know you're looking to have events at a Black-owned space.
Absolutely.
So yeah, Black-owned brewery. Please tell. I got it. What was the name? I got to give them a shout out. Yeah, it was Mascot Brewery, 37 Advance Road. So it's at Kipling Avenue, just a little bit north of the Queensway, and the event started at 7:30. And definitely, Ron, I would say get in contact with Janice, and she can give you an introduction to the owner. But it was, a really, like, it can comfortably hold probably 100 to 150 people easily.
Amazing.
Easily. And they've actually, the organization, she was telling me, started on like during the pandemic. They had a location downtown. Now they have this location on the Queensway, but it was really, really an amazing event. And even Janice did some.
Okay.
I didn't video it. But she was good. But most of the night, myself and Janice, partly, we just chatted, and she just was just taking it all in. It was just really, really nice event. So I'm encouraging people, if you are wanting to have an event at a Black-owned space in the Greater Toronto area, and people say, it's all the way out in Etobicoke. Now, when I drove, it was after 7:30. It only took me 30 minutes to get there, because most of it's for me, most of it was highway driving.
Right.
And it's somewhat close TTC wise in a way. So it's still in the GTA, and even people from Mississauga. So it's sort of, western part of the GTA can get there also, but it was really out. So it's, as Roger's getting set up. Roger, you give me a thumbs up when you're ready to jump in, because I see you in the green room. So I know you need to set up. So I'll just get you on the minute. So Christopher Lawrence, how are you both? Well, I can only speak for myself. I'm Blackalicious. So I'm
working up to Blackalicious.
There you go.
Before Roger does pop on. Oh yeah.
And then Ray says, good morning, John. This highlights the need to platform to showcase Black events, spaces, and happenings across the GTA and perhaps Canada. So many events worth attending are well-kept secrets. Yeah, I had no idea about this space. I had no idea. So when the day comes or Dr. Vibe wants to do an event, that's going to be one of the first places I'm going to think.
Right.
Because again, black owned, and let's put it this way: if it's okay in Janice Bartley's books, it's okay in my books.
Yeah, 100%.
And ironically, they were supposed to have their event at another place, which wasn't black owned, and something fell through. And the story she told me is they were doing some filming for their organization 2 doors down, and they had a break in the filming, so they just stepped over to the brewery place, and the black gentleman there, and they started talking. Yeah, I own this, that, and they go, okay. And that's how it happened. That's how it happened. So Fitness IQ, 30 minutes from the East Suite.
Yes.
Goes, remember, Ryan, you're Mr. Celebrity. He is.
I don't think so. I'm working on that.
So, Mr. Dundas, give me a thumbs up if you're ready to make it happen.
I wanted to ask you, I saw this morning that Tyler Perry is trying to buy BET, and Byron Allen's part of it.
Byron trying because, and I know Roger doesn't want to talk about this, so we'll talk about it because I know he wants no part of it.
Because I thought Roger might want to buy it too. I was like, put in an offer for BET.
Roger, do you want to come in right now, or do you want us to chat about it briefly? Because, okay, all right, I'm gonna bring him in anyways. All right, here he is.
Brother.
Good morning, family.
Good morning. How are you, brother?
Good to see you.
Doing good. You know, I went to the gym this morning. You know, that's a routine.
I got to get there. I got to get there to my downstairs gym.
Health first. Guys, we
your audio is
terrible.
It's not great. It's okay.
Sitting on my computer to reboot, so that's why I came on the phone.
Oh, gotcha.
So if you can't, I can take a little right? But financial fitness is not the first priority. Health and
Roger, your audio is not great.
I'll be back.
Okay, yeah, I'll pull you off and have you come back. All right, yeah. So now people are saying, what was the name of the restaurant again? So I'm gonna, they're getting free pub on this.
But I don't think it's a restaurant, right? It's a
brewery. It's called Mascot Brewery. So I'm gonna put up their website. Gotcha. Yeah, it was really good. Like I'm saying, I'm thinking about like when the day comes that Dr. Vibe wants to have it or collaborate with an organization like ACBN or Buy Blacks. This is a place I'd like to have it. So let me. See, the website has their first location was at on King Street.
Okay.
So they have a place at King Street, but they don't show. Yeah, they have info. They don't have. Yeah, because they have a location on King Street, but I'm just gonna see. So it's Mascot Brewery. It's their website address is mascotbrewery.com. Let me see if this is
Mascot with a K or a C.
MASCOT. Yeah, they only have stuff really on their King Street location.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hold on. Where we got something here. All right. Yeah, it doesn't really show a lot. It just shows the picture of the front here, and there we go. So there we go. So I'm going to show their website, the Black-owned. Yeah, there's a page here, Black-owned collaboration. So let me just share. We'll get to the shout-outs in a moment, family. Just want to promote Black business, if you don't mind. All right. Okay.
Nice.
So there we go. Mascot Brewery, Black-owned brewery collaboration.
Okay.
Right. So, yeah. There we go. Yep. Yeah, to this gentleman saying, to his knowledge, only 2 black-owned breweries in Canada. So it was serendipitous with Terry, the owner of Black Calder Brewery, had reached out to me at the time exactly how to figure out, initiate a black-owned collab series. We decided to team up, bold and braggadocious flavor to really kick things off. I like the look of that. Look at that presentation. So they've collaborated with Black Calder Brewery.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to reach out to them and say would love to see them on the Morning Vibe. But yeah, this is a little bit about the place. Yeah, I'm gonna suggest they have pictures. Is this their? I don't know if that's the King. No, that's their King Street location. But there they are, 2 black men together, and there's even an interview with them. We're not going to spend much time because Roger. So there's an interview on the YouTube channel. I'm not going to go to that right now.
Yes.
But I'm going to be reaching out to them and saying, hey, thank you so much. Great spot, and we'd like to have you on here. So, yeah.
Well, that word collab and collaboration should be the theme of 2023. If you're doing anything and you're not collaborating with others, you are leaving opportunity on the table.
Yeah. So I'm going to make a point to actually, I'm going to ask Janice if I can get a personal introduction to them, because I'd love to have them on the show. So, Christopher, did you get the name? It's Mascot Brewery. I think it's mascotbrewery.com. Divine Right, good morning from the DMV area. Hold Dr. Vibe and Dr. Vibe and the Gala King.
Right, thank you, Divine Right.
All right, Tim Frey, good morning, Tim Frey. Black Canadian content creator Shirley, good morning, good to have you.
Good to see
and
you.
Says,
again,
this
Shirley.
looks great. Yeah, it's really great. So I know, so definitely if you're in the GTA, maybe check them out. They have a King Street location and in Advance Avenue, which is out on Kipling, a little bit north of the Queensway. Yes, and Christopher says, yes, you said it best, Ryan. Collaboration is the key. So even there, 2 black men collaborating. So we don't even need to talk about Tyler Perry and Byron Allen. We got 2 black men here. Yes. All right. So we're going to give Roger Dundas, have him come back.
Test.
1 2 1 2.
Oh, much better.
Better.
Yeah.
So you see, you got to stick with the Android devices, right? And
yes,
and not go Apple.
Well, it was interesting last night. I was taking pictures, and then another lady said, "Can you take a picture?" She had an Apple phone, and she looked at my picture. She goes, Android's better any day over. And she had like one of the latest iPhones. She goes, man, Android any day when it comes to pictures versus Apple. So it's all good. Look at this. Oh, so people are asking. She goes, close to where I am. What is the name of the business again? Mascot Brewery. MASCOT brewery.com. So I'm already going to chase them down and see what they're all about. But good morning, Roger. Properly.
Hey, good morning again, family. Sorry for the tech difficulties. This is what happens. You know, the Mac fully rebooted. It spent about 10 minutes rebooting. I mean,
wow.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna stay on this device. I'm not gonna switch. If I sound okay, then I'm good to go. So yeah, not that I didn't want to talk about the Tyler Perry thing, but you know, this show is about focusing a lot on
Black Canadians.
You have that show on a Saturday night. I encourage people to watch it. It's so entertaining.
You encourage if their ears are ready.
Yeah, if you can tolerate the level of string of expletives that's coming out of Jill's mouth, then.
But Jill is passionate. So...
I like how you rephrase things. You know,
yes,
not easy but positively productive. You know,
yes,
not expletives but passionate.
Yes, because some people can't handle that stuff. So
I know,
right? And I know,
yep.
I know it can be challenging at times. But for those who do not know, Mr. Roger Dundas is the publisher and co-founder of BuyBlacks.com, the #1 Black Canadian online magazine. I was going to say online.
Yeah, because you know what? I've heard you say sometimes it's the #1 online magazine, and that's not correct.
No, Black Canadian online magazine.
100%.
So Roger, we're always happy to have you on. He always says, "When you having me on? When you have me on?"
No. I didn't say that. I said when you have a open slot. If you don't have a guest, I'll come on and I'll help you. I'll help you.
Appreciate it.
we need all the help. We need all the help.
Roger on before. It's not like it's his first time.
No. I need, to be honest with you, I don't really do mainstream media anymore. So the TVOs and the CTVs. But even when I have the Black Restaurant Week, I give it to the influencers and the restaurants to do the interviews. I don't do it anyway. So this is pretty much one of the only platforms that I'm going to come on. So
we're happy to have.
FYI, this is FYI. You can track it and see.
Yep. Roger, I know you didn't, but as I was saying last night, good night.
I sorry I missed it. I was at Miss Licklemore's. Right, so I went back there. Yes, I went back there, and you know what? It was such an impressive experience. Eating the dining there, the service, the food. So I didn't go with the. Am I having an echo, or is it just me?
A little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So already a question for you, sir.
Yes.
You want it? So, Black Canadian, why don't you do mainstream media anymore? Maybe that's why.
The laptop.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, your audio is messed up, man. Maybe that's why Roger doesn't do mainstream media anymore. Okay, let's see if it's any better. No. Now your media is.
Yeah, I wonder if that's the connection.
I have no idea, but that may be why he doesn't do mainstream media anymore. Let's see if you sound any better. Oh, he's gonna come right off. All right, he is. Okay, so we're gonna have him come off here. Okay, yeah, he's logged right off. Sorry, family, we can't control that. I'm sorry to say that, but yeah. Again, last night's experience was amazing. I like I said, do you ever have those times you're saying, I'll just go and show up? Like I was only going to go for about an hour or so, but I was just having a good time. Divine Right goes, sounds like NASA's trying to call the show.
Yes.
So yeah, but it was really good, celebrating excellence, Black excellence, and it was just, and as I said to Fit Nance IQ's laughing. Yeah, she likes that. It was just so wonderful. And I asked Jan, I said, I bet you these students weren't this polished when they first came. He says, oh no.
Right.
Oh no. But like I said, like Brian, I could have took home doggy bags of food for your family for the next week. There was not much food left over. I went, Lord. I said, it's one of those nights you're saying, geez, man, can I get a nice bag and just stuff it? I just said, no, I'm gonna be like that. I ain't gonna be like that.
You gotta bring your Tupperware containers.
Well, to a restaurant, I've never done that before. Thank you very much. Maybe to a house party, yes.
You know you're gonna be surrounded.
Yeah, to a house party, yes. Well, Fitness. Guess who was there, Fitness? Andre.
Okay, where? Flippin' Plus?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Her co-host of her show. Yes. He was there. He's actually on the advisory board of Foodpreneur.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
And so it was so funny. He goes like, man, I love your show. This and that. Like, how can I get on your show? And I said, 2 words, just ask.
Yes. So and Andre actually did our financial literacy event yesterday, talking about how to come out of this pandemic and situate our finances. So that was great. And Andre, he spoke at the symposium as well. We always love getting his take on financial literacy to make sure that it's digestible for our community. So thank you to Andre.
Okay, so Black Canadian content creators, which you should follow on Facebook. They have a really good group. If you are a Black Canadian content creator, Shirley will, how could I say, filter you to make sure you can become a member of that private group. The event I'm talking about again, Shirley, is Foodpreneur. And they are a not-for-profit that helps predominantly BIPOC women get their food to shelf. Oh, you know who else was there? Chef Brazier was there.
Okay.
Remember we had him on, Chef Brazier. Remember when Janice and Marie were last on? He just started doing a course at George
Not
Brown.
the gentleman at George Brown?
Yes, he was there.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, Chef Brazier was, and funny thing. It's a small world. Wayne Harris was actually at his wedding 16 years ago. And he showed me a picture of his daughter, and Wayne Harris is his daughter's godfather.
Okay. Whoa.
So but Chef Brazier we had a great conversation, amazing conversation. So Roger is back in the green room. Roger, you give me a thumbs up when you're ready to come back on. I've seen doing some technical looking. Okay, so that's the event we were talking about. Hayden goes, I'm curious about Black Canadian content creators. What do you do? Well, you can chat with each other in the YouTube chat, or Shirley, when you have your time, come on and you can share what you do. She goes, yes, I think Roger, you ready? Oh, okay. It looks like he's good. Okay. Fitness IQ, big up, my brother from another mother, Andre. Yes. And Black Canadian goes, Foodpreneur. Okay. Yes. And Frequency Event Promotion says, greetings, Shirley. All right. So let's do for the third time. Roger Dundas is back again.
All right, people.
That sounds good.
For the technical faux pas, but there's a reason, and they're conspiring against us. They don't want me to be here.
When they see us start to collaborate, they're hearing collaborate too much. They're like,
you know what they say? Danger happens when three smart Black men are together. Conspiracy.
Oh my gosh. You just need one more smart guy. So I'll come off and you can get a smart guy up.
Well, it all starts with one and you build from there. So good to have you back for a third time. Yeah. So what do you want to chat about today?
No, it's all about you. It's your show. Well, I was telling you about Miss Little Morris, but I do want to address Shirley's question about the mainstream media. Is that I've been on so many interviews, TVO, CTV, CBC. Jesus, I don't know where I haven't been, to be honest with you. And what I find is that, during the, I'm a publicist as well. So, I mean, during the production call, they talk about different topics that they, want to talk about. But when you get into that 7-minute interview, 4-minute to 7-minute interview, they go off on a whole different tangent because they don't really want to address the real key issues that are impacting the Black Canadian community. So, that's been my experience. I know that people like Kike, I mean, she has a better experience. Kiri, other people, they go on and they expound on the things that they want to talk about. But my experience is that it doesn't really get you where you want to go. But for like Restaurant Week, it's fantastic because they love talking about food, right? So they'll talk about food all day, every day. Bring on the chefs, like Chef Basir is his name, by the way. It's Basir. Basir, not bra, not no bras. No bras in this.
Yeah, bra.
I believe so. That is Basir.
One thing that I'd say, because I was in one of your wife's, Camille Dundas's classes about how to do interviews with the media, and something that before I took the class that always would throw me off is you have everything that you want to say ready in your mind. You're rehearsing it, and you're like, okay, and then they throw a question at you that's a bit off topic, and you're like, but I only have 5 minutes. But what she talked about is you have to have your talking points, and so she called it like you bridge it to your talking points. So that whole. Yeah, it's an interesting dance on mainstream media, the way that they can treat you sometimes.
It is. The guy that I think about the most is the one from TVO, what's Pekin.
Agenda? The Agenda?
If Nam is not hosting it, I ain't going on it.
Oh,
okay.
right.
I'm not. Yeah, Nam is
Okay.
fantastic. Nam is amazing, and she understands. She has a sensitivity around, obviously because she's black and she's from Uganda. She has a sensitivity around issues that are impacting African Canadians. So,
Yes.
And she won't ask you stupid questions ever. Right?
You see it?
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying, and Shirley goes, this is exactly why I created a pilot at ACBN, because it is experience for many entrepreneurs. Hence why I'm building a bridge with business and my group of content creators.
So one of the things that, what I think we're going to talk about today, guys, is the offline conversations that Dr. Vibe and myself have.
All right.
For those who don't know, he is my big brother.
Right back at, yep, he is family. They're like blood. He is blood.
I thought he was younger than me, by the way. I thought he was younger than me because he looks younger than me, right? But I found out that he's actually older than me after a while. Yeah, so he's my big brother. So we have these conversations.
Yes.
And we talk a lot about the different things that are impacting the Black community. So we're gonna drop a few of those topics.
Where do you want to start?
You know what? We could start with this cancel culture if you want to start with that one, right?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, we people. There have been incidences that have happened recently. With Kyrie Irving, with Kanye West, with more serious ones, egregious ones like R. Kelly and Bill Cosby and all that. But what I want to know is, so people, have you stopped listening to Step in the Name of Love?
Didn't Chris Rock bring this up in his stand-up?
I haven't watched it yet, so don't no spoilers. No spoilers, please.
Michael Jackson and R. Kelly saying we'll still listen to Michael Jackson songs. R. Kelly, I don't think it gets played on the radio anymore. So is it selective outrage? He called it. Yeah.
So all right. So what happened to forgiveness?
Didn't they take religion out of schools? Didn't they? where is forgiveness?
Wow.
Is forgiveness a religious act?
Oh,
so that's what I want to know. Is forgiveness a religious act?
That's a good question.
Or is it just forgiveness? Like people are people not, if they make a mistake, do we actually say, okay, you know what? I see that the person has made some moves to be a better person. And I think about somebody like Spider Jones, right? Spider Jones, one of the greatest youth motivators in this country, who he had gone to prison. He came out of prison and he became a better man. And he motivated people and encouraged people to don't go his path. So that's been his journey, so to speak. Would we say, okay, well, you committed that crime, so we're just going to ban you for the rest of your life?
Right.
I want to know. I mean, I'm asking, and I'm asking.
It's interesting because you see.
And then next question:
yes,
cancel culture or accountability culture?
Yeah, but all right.
But doesn't forgiveness include accountability, or are you talking about forgiveness without the person being accountable for what? Because sometimes they say, oh, forgiveness is for the victim because they carrying that hate or that burden of not forgiving is impacting you more than that person.
100%.
Right?
So forgiveness is the gift that you give yourself.
Okay.
This is the thing, when somebody has wronged you, and I've seen so many stories where there was this Muslim dad, and so a guy had killed his son. It's on, I can find the video. It's on YouTube. And the guy went in court and he hugged that. He was a black man that killed his son. And he's Muslim, he was Middle Eastern.
Right.
And he hugged that man, that black man in the court. And he said, look, son, I forgive you. His son, that's a strong, in the Muslim culture, having a son is a big deal.
Yes.
But in the Muslim, in a true Muslim religion, not the extremists, They don't believe in hate and war and all of that. They believe in love and forgive, and you forgive it. I'm saying, I mean, Kyrie Irving, what did he say? He said that he shared a link to a documentary that said that black people were the first Jewish people. Right? And they said that it was anti-Semitic. And they started, and they said, oh, you need to apologize and all that. But so what I want to know is, are we gonna block him because he did that? If it's a mistake, if he made that mistake, right? Should we just cancel him and cut him out of the NBA?
Good question.
Well, coming from our perspective, it would be 100% no. But then from the Jewish perspective, they wanted him to execute certain tasks in order to get their forgiveness so that they could, so they wouldn't put the pressure on the NBA, whatever they're going to do, because we know they have leverage. So they were saying to the NBA, like, listen, if he doesn't do these things, there's going to be consequences. So they weren't ready to forgive unless he kind of did the song and dance that, again, they wanted Kanye to do, and Kanye said no, and then look at the consequences.
But Kanye has re-signed back now with Adidas, just to update everybody. You may not know that, but they've they're back together again.
Well, Adidas saw $500 million sitting in their warehouse and was like,
exactly
without his approval. So they figured out
right.
something.
I'd like to know what the terms of that arrangement is just until they sell out that product, and they're not going to go forward with him again. They'll probably just say, okay, we need you to get rid of this, and then we done.
It's easy, right? The shoe.
Yeah. Yeezy, right?
Hold the whole line. Like, is it only shoes that Adidas sells, or he has the clothing there too? Or is that
I don't know enough. I don't know enough, but I just want to catch up with the comments here. Hayden says, I don't really believe there's any legitimate comparison between Michael Jackson and R. Kelly.
Ooh, that's a lot of hating. That's a serious. Well, the allegation, I mean, Michael Jackson was never charged with sexual molestation, but there have been several allegations, as you know. And
never convicted.
And never convicted. And R. Kelly has been convicted.
He has been convicted.
Right? So that's well, actually, has he been convicted? Was he convicted?
R. Kelly's been convicted multiple times.
And
they keep adding on charges.
Yes. Right? They do this.
In a sense.
Okay, so here we go on. Back Canadian Congress, if they show accountability, you forgive, but they are extent. Okay.
Yeah, I know what you're
okay,
saying.
got it. Fitness IQ Cam says forgiveness to a certain degree, but how much degree? But if it was harming to our community and lifetime trauma. Okay. Black Canadian says exactly, Ryan, and Fitness IQ Cam. And yes, Divine says, Kanye has closed too with Adidas from Divine, right? From the DMV. And look who has joined us. Harry Douglas. He's not about forgiveness. It's about power. We must live in the real world.
Yeah. So Perry, I think Perry says that the white supremacists want to break down black men. I think that's one of the things that he has said.
And his book,
Dr. Boyce Watkins is on that too right now.
Kumar Johnson says that too.
And same, yep. Yeah.
Okay, well, look at this. What we got? So Monday is coming up again. This Monday's energy is hitting again. She goes, Black K, I visit Chicago, and the stories I heard about actress R. Kelly, I refuse to ever listen to his music. Plus the videos, I cannot.
Wow. Surely R. Kelly produced so much music with different artists as well. So are we gonna stop listening to what's the name of that group again? Changing Faces or there's so much music he did. He did music with Michael Jackson. Oh my God. I can't even Aaliyah.
Yeah.
We're gonna stop listening to the Aaliyah songs too.
I refuse. Never.
Let's dig down a little.
She was a victim of R. Kelly too. So you can't. Right. It wasn't like she was in cahoots with him. So now that's the question. And I remember Dame Dash keeps getting this question too. It's like, oh, Jay-Z did a full tour with this man while, everybody kind of knew in the background. And he kept saying, like, I wouldn't do business with him, but the record label would. So now it's to say, do we have control over what we're affiliated with? If we're in a car and R. Kelly's music starts playing on the radio, is it now our fault that radio station is playing the music? Or are we supposed to turn it off every time we hear something affiliated with R. Kelly? Like, how deep does this cancel culture go? I guess you're asking, right?
Yeah. I mean, bringing it home to John Tory. Do people...
Well, he canceled himself.
Wow.
So here's the offline conversation. Guys, the offline conversation is most of the men that I spoke to don't believe that he should have resigned.
Okay.
Interesting.
Even some women.
Okay.
Interesting. So let's bring some context. We do have some people from not this country. So long story about Tory. Long story short about Tory. John Tory was the former mayor of Toronto, and he was about a month ago now on a Friday evening, which is usually a slow news day, had a press conference Friday evening saying he had an affair with a former staffer and he was going to resign. And it's funny too, there were people who wanted him to stay, such as the premier of this province, Mr. Ford. Even it was rumored that Krista Freeland, who is the deputy prime minister of Canada, was lobbying for him to stay. It was like, and the city, like poll-wise or popular opinion-wise, was divided about that. But I'd really like to see the numbers of those who wanted him to say what percentage were men and what percentage were women.
So there's another interesting offline conversation. So his deputy mayor was black.
Oh, well, there's another layer now we're going to.
6 months away from becoming mayor, and this guy.
Right. So somebody said, okay, you know what? We need to get this black guy out.
Ooh, that's the conspiracy theory I've been hearing too.
Remember, as far as I know, they knew about the story thing from a while now.
Yes.
Remember, it's a former staffer.
Yeah.
This person had already left.
And the reporter that broke the news said that they had been investigating the story for months. So clearly it was known.
Well, it's interesting because I spoke with someone offline a few weeks ago, and they're not even in politics. They knew about it 2 months ago.
Wow.
They were telling me they knew about it 2 months ago. So let's catch up a little bit on comments. Your Fitness IQ says, I lower the volume or skip if he's playing. That's two different things. So,
R. Kelly.
Yeah, that's R. Yeah, which one? And then Shirley says, age ain't nothing but a number was perfect luring song by him with her. And you read the lyrics, I can't listen. Plus the artist he brought up, he didn't create the crime.
Yeah.
Hayden says, please, let's not group all accused black celebrities in one category. Well, I'll take it one further. Celebrities aren't leaders.
Agreed.
Okay.
Let me just go there. Celebrities aren't leaders.
I was listening to what's his name again? Ice Cube's son, and he was saying, "Look, don't follow me." Easy was saying, "Look, man, don't follow me. I'm not your role model." And he was going on about
Charles Barkley said the same thing.
Yeah, Sirius, some channel on Sirius that I landed on, and I was like, "Whoa, this is honest."
Okay, now I don't know who you're referring to. Fitness Q saying, "I heard she's set for life." Hush money. Who are we referring
probably
to?
The staffer, because she's disappeared. They haven't even said her name.
Yeah, that's interesting. That is interesting. How nothing. But I'll tell you something. She could command a good money if she wanted to do a book or an interview.
Trump's releasing a book.
Didn't she already release a book?
No, it's tomorrow, I think.
It's a new one.
Is your letter in there, Ryan? Is your letter?
Hey, anything's possible. You never know who's gonna get named when Trump comes out with his stuff.
Oh my gosh. So Fitness IQ Camp says yes, the staffer, yes. And then Black Indian Congress celebs, so true, Dr. V. A lot of their team are. Yeah, entertainers are not leaders.
And so, Roger, you were talking about a gentleman, Michael Thompson, for those that don't realize. He used to be the deputy mayor. he would have been in line to become mayor.
Right.
So now that Tory has stepped away, this does open up opportunity for a new mayor, possibly from the Black community. I've seen a couple names been floated around.
Yeah. Mitzi Hunter,
Chief
Mark Saunders.
Rob
former
chief Mark Saunders. Rob Davis. Nia Singh has said that he's running.
Okay.
I don't know if Chloe has officially said, the one that ran for mayor before.
She finished in third. Yeah.
So now, do we rally behind any of these Black candidates to say this is a time to strike? Hey, that story of Tory.
Who would you rally behind of the 4 names that you just called? Let's get some comments there. Let's see who did. Nia Singh, Mitzi Hunter, Rob Davis, or what's the other one?
Chloe.
Chloe, I don't know Chloe.
Saunders, Nia Singh, Rob Davis. You said Mitzi Hunter might run?
Hunter, yeah.
I heard Ahmad Hussein kind of got floated out there.
Why would he leave the MP?
But that's the same question I would have for Mitzi.
Yeah, and that's a position. And even too, there was rumor too that Michael Couteau may think about running.
Okay, see it.
To me, if I'm doing federal politics, unless it's a sure thing, I wouldn't come down to Toronto politics.
But you know what, though, the responsibility is greater as a mayor.
Yep.
Now, if you think about even let's start. I live in Whitby, right, and we have 120,000 people here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if you're the federal representative, it's not the same as a $2-something million city, biggest city in Canada. Think about it. You're the mayor, right? You're the person.
True.
That's your town.
And now you have the stronger mayor powers as well.
Yes, exactly.
A lot more influence.
It's a lot of influence. I'm very sorry for Michael, because the thing that happened with him, he got accused of something and actually got acquitted, but still couldn't come back. Well, right? It just stained his whole reputation.
So that goes to what you're saying with council. Sorry, I'll go ahead, Dr.
Christopher says Mitzi or Singh, and then Tim Frey. This name has not been mentioned by hardly anybody. I think this is the first time. Pinball Clemens.
No,
is that been floated out there?
Yeah. So of all the names, now that you said that name, I would actually back Michael Clemens.
Wow, the name recognition is there.
A leader. He is a leader, clean guy. Clean. Come up with some names. He's like Obama.
Yeah.
you find something on him and bring it to me.
Yeah.
Find
Good luck.
Yes.
Good luck.
That guy's clean.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Very good guy. Solid personality.
Him and his wife. His wife.
And his wife, yes.
Top notch.
Yes.
Top notch. I think politics is too nasty for him to get involved in.
That's true, right?
Right? Like an ambassador, great, but hey, that's tough. That's tough sledding. To me, that's a step down for him.
So earlier you were talking about the event that you went to last night. I'm
Yes.
really sorry couldn't make it, but I did. As I said, I was at this Little Moors, and you said it was a place called Mascot Brewery.
Yes.
And so, what was the capacity of the space?
I would say easily it can fit 200 people easily. 200 to 300 people easily.
Yeah, so the conversations that I know that you guys have spoken about, again, offline conversation about people doing galas and events in non-melanated spaces,
right?
Burning the Black community's money back outside the community, right? So this is something. So we want to know all the spaces. If anybody has or knows of a space where people can host an event, no matter how big or how small, please let us know. We're actually going to do a little bit of an article on that, on Black-owned spaces where you can do events, like capacity, general costs, and all that. So we're looking to find out. I mean, we know the obvious ones, like JCA and Tropicana.
This is a nice size place, clean, a lot of space. Like, I didn't take any video, but like I said, I was really like, when I go to events, I'm looking strategically and saying, okay, what can happen here?
Right,
what use? Like what organizations? And as I said earlier on in our conversation, I automatically thought of by blacks. Like, for example, Roger, the event you had for you and Cam's anniversary out of that golf course, you could have had it at this place easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check it out for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna, and I said I'm gonna call them definitely. I'm gonna be calling this gentleman like right after this call. Say, hey, I want to come out there, and also I'd like to have him on the show.
Site visit. Yeah, the person who won the 2021 People's Choice Awards wedding event category, she's also on the hunt for more black-owned spaces because
there
she's
you
trying
go.
to push her black clients or clients generally to use more black-owned spaces because we need to push. Wow.
So Ray's saying is pinball Canadian. I believe he is now. I'm pretty sure he is. He's born in Texas. What are the guidelines on decision remiss? That's a good question, but I'm pretty sure he is a Canadian citizen.
But Ahmad Hussein was born in Somalia and he's a federal MP.
Yeah.
What does it matter, Ray? I mean, I don't know. Does it matter?
You gotta be Canadian citizen,
brother.
Right?
So we have people are from here.
Yes.
Everybody else is an immigrant. So
Black Canadian Creator says, I'm excited to check out this place. Yeah, I'm gonna do a site, Roger, or maybe all three of us one day we could do a site visit.
Yeah, I definitely want to do that.
Like definitely. Christopher says, yeah, Clemens would be very fitting because of his proven track record, but do you think he truly would run?
I don't know.
Don't.
Chris, reach out to him, man. Reach out to him.
Yes.
Tell him that he has some supporters.
Absolutely. But the thing is, he'd have to. Now the question is, if you are married, do you have to live in Toronto? Because he lives in Oakville.
I know.
That might be.
So that's another thing too, right?
Yeah.
But he could do with like what Patrick Brown did, just rent a space.
Well, some things that Patrick Brown did, not what some of the alleged things.
In order to run in Brampton, he rented a house and he became a resident.
Hey, there's another family you should all follow. Charles Matthews. Yeah, CJ needs a space. So yeah, Charles, definitely we're gonna follow up with this gentleman.
Yeah,
and Macmillan Group says lot 25 in Brampton, 3-level restaurant and lounge with
we gotta go there. Hey, Ray, let's set a time for us to meet there and have lunch.
Yeah, I would come
let's
to
do it next week.
Yeah, downtown Brampton across from the Rose Center. Yep. Canadian. I need a space as well to host something special for content creators in July. Yep. And Tim Frey says, yes, pinball is a Canadian citizen.
Yeah. So you guys, I don't know if you know, but there's this beautiful space being created down on Oakwood in Little Jamaica. It's called Nia Center for the Arts. Now I know it is. Yeah, it's for theater and all of that, but it's going to be similar to Daniel Spectrum, where they can remove the seats and then have a flat surface where you can do events. Now I know that the construction has been delayed because I think they were supposed to have opened the facility this year. We were hoping to do our Buy Black's 10-year anniversary there, but it wasn't open, right?
Oh, gotcha.
So that's going to be a beautiful. I've visited the site. I've seen the architectural renderings and everything. It is beautiful. It's going to be amazing. So
nice.
And I believe the capacity is going to be 350.
Right.
So let's look out for that.
You're saying the Hairdrum Awards are going to be there now?
No, the Hairdrum Awards need a space for 1,000 people. So this is a challenge that the Hairdrum Awards has. BBP has. The best.
You have nowhere that can hold 1,000 people.
Not black one.
Wow.
Not black
you
one.
have to step it up.
The JCA can hold 550, I think. Anybody can correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
What it is though is that I don't know. We need to combine resources. Charles, Ray, etc. Tim, everybody that's on the call. We need to combine resources and purchase a space that can hold 1,000 people. That looks good.
True.
Right, because there's more than enough work out there. I'm not even just focusing on the black community. We're just focusing overall. I mean, how many options are there? You know, I mean, you're using Metro Convention Center, or you're going to the exhibition space, or then you're going into Vaughan to work with the Italians,
or Royal York
and Liberty Grand.
Yeah,
some events.
What's the name of that group? Inc. Entertainment. Right, so it's very, to me, the solution is if you're gonna do a gala, I'm not.
Oh, geez, you had to bring up that word.
But if you're gonna do a gala,
the Buy Black's gala,
never.
You hear what he said?
Never.
Never,
Never.
ever? Okay,
Never.
never.
There's no gala. We're not doing no gala. I mean,
I'm just checking.
no, but if we're doing an event, we need to do it in a black-owned space. That's me personally.
Yeah.
It's me personally. If I'm doing a Buy Blacks event, black-owned space or a city. So that's the thing. I mean, if you're gonna do a gala, in my opinion, do it in a city space. You're giving it back to the government. But still, the challenge with that is those city spaces don't hire a high proportion of black employees.
Okay, right.
That's the beef with that too, right? And you can go there and check for yourself. Go to any of TO Live event spaces. Go in the back when you're doing an event there, you see how many black people are working there.
True.
So let's catch up on comments here. Frequent event promotion. We would be interested in building this together. All right. Black community
and promote.
Yes. That's the other thing too. So Roger, you mentioned you want to create an article about black-owned spaces. Can you also make sure it lists beyond Toronto, think Montreal, Ottawa, Vancouver, Edmonton, and Calgary? They will do that.
City,
Quebec City. Yep.
Winnipeg.
Yep.
Halifax. Yeah.
I spoke with a business owner in the last week who has a business that is black business owner that has a business similar to what M&M's meat shops in Winnipeg.
Wow.
Major competitor.
Gotcha.
And it's doing good. Yeah.
The thing about M&M, Brian, I'm sorry, M&M, sorry to say this, but you see frozen food and packaged food, high sodium, unhealthy, generally speaking.
Okay.
So I've moved away. A long time ago we would do that. I get them, you want to be lazy and you just want quick stuff, but it's not healthy. If you look at the sodium content, is way high. And especially in the black community where we suffer from hypertension, like myself.
Well, we talked about this yesterday. Health is wealth.
Yeah.
Health is wealth, right? Health is wealth. But it's a good thing. Like when you do your grocery shopping, family, the labels about content of products in there are there for a reason.
Yeah.
Take a look at the sodium label.
Sodium, sugar.
Yeah.
Those are the two things. And protein for the positive. So high protein, high sodium, no.
It's better to buy something freshly made than frozen made.
Yeah. There's a very nice restaurant, and Ryan, you and I are supposed to go there, Vegan Delights in Whitby. It's run by a Seventh-day Adventist lady, Jamaican.
Oh, we went there.
Ed and I went
the
there.
food was oh my gosh.
Unbelievably good.
Like when we went, there were two non-melanated older ladies there. And they were asking us, "Oh, have you ever been here before?"
Yes.
Like they were promoting it to us. They're regulars. They were promoting because you would say, some people will say, what are these two older non-melanated ladies doing in a black-owned vegan place? And they could say nothing but positives about it. They were trying to promote it to us.
Yeah,
I love it.
Right beside it is a gourmet chocolate space called
Yes.
Right beside that is the Jerkos, fantastic Jamaican food. And then 3 doors down, a Jamaican-owned barbershop. I call it Little Jamaica Whitby.
Nice.
Yeah, it was, but the food, I'm getting more and more to the veggie, but the food was fabulous. Yeah. The food was.
And shout out to Kamisha from One More Cocoa.
Yes.
Chocolate tasty.
It's my weakness.
Yeah,
that's my weakness.
and actually, big ups to her. She has a contract with HelloFresh.
Yes.
Right. You see that?
She's doing all this one place at a time.
Yeah, when you're talking, you have a collaboration with HelloFresh. Hello. Hello. Fitness IQ goes. Cam says, I agree with the sodium content. Yep. Tim Frey says, Roger, I rebuilt and ran Palais Royale from 2006 and also beat out Nick Liberty Group in 2009 and took over Casa Loma. Over 80% of the staff I hired was non-white.
So Tim, when you say you, so were you the owner of Palais Royal, or were you operating it on behalf of, I guess, are these spaces government owned?
Yeah, I'm sure you'll put the comments in there. But Black Canadian, where is this? In the Whitby spot.
No. Oh, is she asking about?
The little Whitby strip.
Yeah.
Right.
The vegan place.
But I mean, top notch.
Yeah.
The food was top notch. I mean, really, I love being introduced. Well, and let people know, Roger, how many Black Canadian restaurants have you been in this country?
Over 300, I would say at this point.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm not a big person, guys. I'm not a big person, so that's why I have to go in the gym and work it back off. Because it's important, but it's important to, when you land in a town, then the first question I go on Google and I said Black restaurants in like Halifax. I have a whole list of restaurants. I'm going to Halifax on the 30th of March. That's in preparation for Restaurant Week because we're doing the media launch there. When I go there, I'll visit 7 restaurants.
Yep.
For the first time. So there's an intentionality about it. I mean, I get it. I mean, we don't want to eat the same thing, jerk chicken, jollof rice, whatever. So I know people, you go to Italian restaurants, you go to Chinese restaurants, you go to Thai restaurants, blah, 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 right? But the truth is, I don't know about you guys, but I love my food. I love my indigenous food, meaning Black food.
Thank you.
Right? So those things I kind of just, like I'll go eat sushi. But if I found a Black-owned sushi place, I'd never go back to a Japanese owner.
Gotcha. Yes.
Right? And that's a way to support the Black community, the economy, the Black economy, because most of those restaurants, as you know, they're family run, right?
Thin margins. They
mostly hire Black people. Like Miss Liquormore's, I would say 80% Black workers. 80%, based on what I saw last night, right? Black owners. Somebody was saying, "Oh, it's not Black owned." No, it is Black owned. The same guy owns a Good Son as well as I believe Mrs. Robinson's.
Nice.
There's three first-class restaurants. So anytime you look at people say, "Oh, I can't find a good dining restaurant to go to," there's that, right? Nice. If you can afford it, it's fine.
Yeah.
And when the price that it's expensive. I won't lie.
But
you don't go there every day and like Sunrise and say, okay, I'm just gonna go in and buy a lunch. No.
Well, you want to go to some places where it's an event and it's experience.
Right.
You want to do that when you can, right? And it's absolutely. So fitness camp, like you can say, sweet collaborating with HelloFresh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Shirley really wants to know where this trip is. She goes, "What is the Whitby?"
It's close to the main Dundas and Brock. It's close to there, but it's actually on Athol Street. It's Athol Street. There's a beer store right in front of it.
Okay.
Athol Street in Whitby.
Yeah. It's east of Brock Street.
There we go. So Fitness, it was me feel honored that special one around Roger. Fitness IQ Cam. And then we've got
that's my little sister.
Yes, Frequency Event says, Roger, curious, you must be able to cook a lot of diverse foods in your kitchen.
And I do cook. I do cook a lot. I cook, right? I cook everything. But I do eat red meats. I cook poultry and seafood. And I can cook everything, But steamed fish, roast, everything.
So here's the thing, interesting. I don't know about this. And you heard about, what do you think about the Sunrise drama on TikTok? I have no idea about that.
Oh, so there was people making TikTok videos about the quality of Sunrise Restaurant's food. And so Sunrise was actually responding back. So there was a bit of a back and forth. And people were saying, I don't know if Sunrise should have been talking back because sometimes the food isn't up to par. But they did defend themselves. So yeah, they said,
you have a choice.
I don't know if that's the right approach.
That's what,
So as a business owner, I'm going to tell you something. We run Buy Blacks, as you know, right? We make mistakes, right? Nobody's perfect. Every business makes mistakes. When a mistake is made, I believe you should own that mistake, apologize for that mistake,
and move forward
and provide restitution. I'm not going to argue with a client when I've made a mistake. If the client is displeased with something, I'm not arguing with the client. And worse, I'm not arguing with the client on social media. We just don't do that. That's not the way to give.
But you see, in their store, it's like no refunds, or like they don't. When you complain and say, "Hey, the quality is not great," you don't get the greatest response. So that customer service you're talking about,
so
it could be worked on.
That's something I've seen. It's not the first time. Sunrise, if you go on Google, Sunrise has a low rating, but I know for a fact there's one in Whitby here again, and my kids love the barbecue chicken.
The barbecue chicken is the fried barbecue chicken. I will go there for that.
Right,
yes.
So they love the barbecue chicken.
Yes.
The previous owner of the one in Whitby, the staff was not the greatest. They weren't friendly. So I think that's the consistent. We don't have that mentality, right? So that's what I think. Generally speaking, maybe they need to work on that. Some of that to rebuild that customer service. Again, when you go to other restaurants like Sugar Cane and Bukan, the service is excellent, right? So you need to have that service level everywhere. And we don't have it everywhere. If we're being honest. I mean, we're black people. We can talk about our black.
Yeah, this is real talk.
That should be the standard. Like high quality customer service should be foundational, not an exception.
I cannot stop talking about Miss Licklemore's because the guy who served us, Matthew, I remember his name. And I went there with Selwyn Richards, who is one of the best chefs, and he was saying the same thing, that the service, you have to have excellent service.
Number one, like to the point where some people, when you're running a business, some people say the customer is number one. I say your staff is number one.
Okay.
Because your staff is your front facing to your customer.
Well, here's the thing. Your staff is your customer.
Yeah. Yeah, people don't realize that's your internal customer.
Your vendor is your customer.
Right.
Your client is your customer.
Absolutely.
Your community is your customer.
Yep. Absolutely.
There's a whole lot. If you don't think like that, the karma is gonna kill you.
Absolutely.
Because when you piss off somebody, like my mother-in-law, she went to Sunrise and the woman totally disrespected her. The one in Whitby. As I said, it's not the current owner. I want to be specific. They're on a new management now. Yes. And she never went back until they changed management. So that's what happens, right?
That's what happens.
Well, it's interesting. I went to a Sunrise about a year ago and was there waiting to get served. And it took I was waiting for a long time. Then a non-melanated Spanish couple came in, Portuguese couple. They're waiting to get served. They're waiting.
Oh boy!
No one came up to another waiting. They left because no one even came up to greet them.
Hustle culture, man. You need a hustle culture. Like Ryan Knight here has hustle culture. Detailing Knight, he don't play.
Right?
The guy's walking around like a politician handing out flowers. I'm like, Ryan, what are you doing? Are you trying to run for?
Well, we won't go there yet. Yes, but the day that we see, the day you see Ryan wearing blue on this show, you're gonna say, okay, what go on?
Right? I'd rather rock my Paku shirts.
All right,
start our own credit union.
So let's talk about Paku.
Okay, hold on. We'll get to that in just. I just want to catch up with the comments. Tim Fred, David Miller, former mayor of Toronto, put up an RFQ for Palais and Casa. Pegasus Hospitality hired me as director of operations, director of AV to run both locations.
Awesome.
Which we've covered that Sunrise franchise. Also, remember, sugars and sweeteners are two different labels for each product advertisement. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then Shirley saying mainly a Sunrise in Brampton. And this young lady who made a 4 to 5 part video on her issue. Ouch. Ouch!
Lord.
Ouch!
I think they need to hire Tasha the Millionaire to go there and help them out.
Yeah, you get the raw truth.
And Hayden says, "Yep, starts all with staff, friendly staff. You make the food taste better." All right.
Yes, man. Yes, have to say it better.
Having a bad day today. I'm so tired. I'm too sorry from last night because it was such a long.
You're too full.
No, but. I was a good tired because I don't know if you gentlemen have had when you went to an event and maybe Roger, you just feel good. You say, yes, they got it right.
They got it right.
Yeah.
They got it right. So all these
was good.
No, I didn't go to the last one. That was the one where you had it down to the distillery.
Yes, yes.
You went, yeah, I didn't make that, but just so again, kudos to Janice, kudos to Marie. Good,
Kudos
you know,
to the foodpreneurs.
yeah, period.
That have done these businesses, because there was so much diversity of food that's been created.
It was wild last night. Some guy
black.
had a,
It's not BIPOC, it's black foodpreneurs.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like I just said, driving home last night, I just didn't have any music or anything. I just felt good and just reflecting on the great experience, and that's how proud I was of Janice, Marie, all the team there. Yeah. Paula, look, Paula was getting it down last night, man. Wow. That's how good of a night it was. Wow. Paula and Janice. Janice was. I didn't video it because I said I know she's gonna lick me if I ever release that to the public, and that's what I told both these gentlemen. I said, look, if I don't go, I'm gonna get Janice Bartley. I don't know. Roger and I know we don't.
We're gonna get the wrath of Janice.
Right.
They go back a long time, and I mean, Janice's sister and myself were friends as teenagers.
Yeah.
In Jamaica. Yeah. And I believe Dr. Vibe's dad.
Yeah, we've known each other since birth. We've known because actually, and you want to see a beautiful black woman, Janice, and her sister's mother. Oh my, beautiful lady, and classy, carries herself always classy. Like, I mean, wow.
And also a story about a quick trivia about Janice's mom. I believe she was the first black female manager at Air Jamaica.
Air Jamaica. She was.
Yes.
She was.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Or Air Canada was it?
I don't know I think it was. I think it's Air Canada. I think one of the two, but definitely
Air Canada. I know she worked at Air Jamaica because she worked with my stepmother as well. So that's not a piece of the trivia there.
Yeah, because
the world is so connected.
Yeah, because I hadn't seen either one of them for years. And Roger had a birthday party a few years ago, and I walk and I go,
Janice.
"What are you doing?"
I'm going to receive that reunion birthday party this year after COVID, and I'm seeing that people want to connect IRL.
Yeah.
That's
very true.
Coming out to this drama, this 3-year drama, that's what I have to call it. People just have this yearning. Even when we did the photo shoot for the People's Choice Award winners, they just hung around and they spoke with each other. You know what I mean? It's just, and not for the big party thing. I feel like people just want these spaces that they can just connect and form meaningful relationships. Not social media relationships. Social media is not a relationship.
Exactly.
So I just want to give respect, Janice and Deborah Bartley, two wonderful sisters, and their mother, Faye, and
Anya,
and Anya too. Yeah. But I tell you, when they're in the Bartley's presence, I feel loved.
True that.
Roger, truth.
They
love you and they will fight for you too.
100%. So nobody no come test me.
Because if you've watched Janice on the show, you don't.
Yes.
Trust me.
Janice will take on anybody.
So you know that want to talk to you just quickly. This show is going overtime, right?
We're in bonus time. It's all right. It's
all right. Down the bonus half an hour now. This is what you call it, the Brata.
Yeah.
Brata. There's a restaurant called Brata, Jamaican restaurant in Halifax, which is actually hosting our media launch April 25th. Yeah, so we'll be going to that one. But the Canadian Black Chamber of Commerce has announced that they're doing what's it called?
An expo.
An expo.
Yes. Big things.
Yes. Right. So March the 30th, 29th, 30th. What day is it?
I'll tell you in
close to the end of the month.
I'm going to be traveling. That's what I know. I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be in Halifax that weekend. But what do you guys think about that?
I would have loved to know about it.
March
months ago.
March
This is-
27th. Yeah, March
this is-
27th. It's
Oh, no,
again.
I'll be here. So
Hey,
yeah, I'll be here.
I
Happy Thursday.
appreciate I appreciate what the chamber is doing, but if I'm gonna be on here talking all the time about this ecosystem and collaborating, and then don't collaborate on stuff, it looks bad. So we could do better, and that's where again, I feel like if it was in reverse and ACBN is like, hey, at the end of this month, we are doing one of the biggest events for Black entrepreneurs, and we didn't tell Dr. Vibe, we didn't tell Roger from Buy Blacks, we didn't tell the Chamber, we didn't tell the BBPA. It's like, are we really serious about collaboration, or are we just talking it when we're in meetings? So
It seemed a little rushed to me because we just got an email. We got an email, so we got a newsletter, not a direct one-on-one email,
like invitation.
From no, not even an invitation, but not even a Doug, or I don't even know who the new executive director, the other president. I don't know. Sorry, not from Michael, not from anybody. We didn't get the information direct from them.
Right.
So it's just a generic newsletter that came out, and I'm like, wow, this is. And I spoke with Doug last week. I think he mentioned it to me. I think he may have mentioned it.
So Shirley says something. I wish I knew about it 3 to 2
Thank
months
you,
ahead.
Shirley.
Yeah, but
So
you
we
see,
put
but
Was it
but-
being planned that far ahead?
No,
That's
Michelle McGee had called me, and she had asked me
Okay.
to
Because I would think if
Yeah.
they were planning this 3 months ago, then they would have
Probably
let people
different.
know.
Yeah, she called me.
But-
February.
Where it
but
seems
see,
rushed.
and it's okay, and it's interesting you bring up that point. I'm gonna put it out there to people who have events. These two other gentlemen got a lot going on in their lives. First of all, they got a family.
Yeah.
Second of all, they're running organizations.
More than one.
What we have,
Right.
right? You got more than one. We all got things going on. Why are you sending us invitations to an event 2 days before?
True. Right.
Like, no, really.
Yeah.
And maybe you're just starting off. So if you're just starting off, don't do that,
Don't do that.
please. Because
Don't do
the chances of us either showing up or doing any coverage on it are slim to none.
So,
Right.
so, and that's a good point because Buy Blacks, we have a whole editorial team with 20 writers, 20 paid writers, right? With an editor, assistant editor. They're doing their planning a month in advance. So if you have something in March and you're pitching it to us in March, it's not gonna happen.
Right.
You
right.
really need to be forward thinking. You need to say, okay, I know I'm gonna do this in, let's say, April. You need to pitch it now. If there's
Gotcha.
something that you think
Right.
that we should be covering, you need to pitch it now. There's no guarantee, but at least there's consideration in the editorial meeting. There's a weekly meeting. They're gonna look at it and say, okay, yeah. And I mean, for us, it's all about Black Canadian content, right?
Right.
So we're not really keen on
Gentlemen, my apologies. I do have to jump off. I forgot
Yes,
I had
sir.
a 10 o'clock, so hopefully I don't get
10
But
o'clock,
I'll let
and you're
you
just
finish up.
jumping
You guys
off
can-
now. Okay, all right, Ryan. That's
I'm
good
wondering
time
why is my
management.
phone dinging so much, but yes.
All right. Well, we'll see you on Monday, Ryan. Take care.
Yes.
Have a good weekend. All right. That's
well
called
done.
time management. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. But but I'm getting to that point. So, for example, okay, the event I went to last night, Marie from Foodpreneur notified me at the beginning of February.
Yeah. Wow.
The beginning of February, she notified
right.
me about it.
That's right. That's right.
Right. So for those who are just starting out in the game, the most valuable thing we all have in life is time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So I'm just putting it out there that with organizations like an ACBN, with a Buy Blacks, with a Convo Media. When I was growing up, my dad on his old Zenith television had a card that said had two words on it: plan ahead.
Yeah.
Plan ahead.
It's
So-
like go ahead.
Yeah, some comments here. Christopher says maybe it's great to build a conversation and building towards the next expo. Well, that's not my responsibility.
No.
Ryan is beyond City TV. He's everywhere. Yeah, sometimes I think he is. Like a gentleman, perhaps what is needed is a Black planning committee of all organizations that meet monthly or quarterly to let each other know what's happening. It's not the dysfunction. If not, the dysfunction will never end. Ray, I fully agree. But you know what has to happen? Some people have to get their egos out of the way.
Yeah, I feel like people just don't care.
Yeah,
They
and
just
then
don't
fitness,
care.
that is true, man. Yeah, but I think
You know
again,
who does that? You know who does that very well? The Alliance of Jamaican the high school association. So they have 14
yes,
schools, and they say, look, we're not gonna do our fundraiser on the same days.
what was it 2 or 3 Saturdays ago? There were like, was it the last Saturday of Black History Month? I know of at least 3 events that were happening that day.
Yeah.
Ryan had his symposium. The Black entrepreneurs of British Columbia were having their event, both on the same day.
Well, one is in BC, right? So,
yeah, but
and then the Black Diamond Ball.
And the Black Diamond on the side, and also Keen on You real estate investment team had something on the Saturday afternoon in Brampton. 4 on the same day.
Yeah.
And I know some people who went to Ryan's event that afternoon and then went to the ball, Black Diamond Ball, that night. You're good.
We had our photo shoot that day too.
Yeah. So everything's so planned ahead. Now, again, you can't control what other people are doing, but if you're going to do something, see who else is doing it, or at least try to be first.
Well, there's certain dates that are locked down, like the Black Diamond Ball is the last Saturday of every February. Kumba at Harbourfront is the first weekend in February. So there's certain
things already there. So look what's going on. Do your research.
This is the first weekend after Caravana.
Right.
So there's certain things that So you probably want to stay away from some of those that the ones that are established, but the rest of the people, I agree with Ray. There's probably people are just not talking. People don't communicate. Look at the fact with you, Dr. Vibe, and reaching out to the Black ecosystem partners. And 4 of them have been on the show, out of the 44. Ryan reached out to them. 10 of them he's collaborating with. The other 33 are not in collaboration with them. I mean, there's something wrong.
Well, there's, and again, I think it's the ego thing, because I think they don't realize the non-participants, it's going to hurt many of us. Their actions, they just think they're in their own silos, but it's having an effect on many of us, their actions. And so that's the thing. But again, trauma, repetition, symbolism. Right?
I really wish we would move away from this gala mentality. And
I don't know. I do it jokingly. No, I think
take some of that suit and dress and hair money and invest it, right?
Yeah.
Invest with Wayne. Call up Wayne and say, you know what, I'm gonna skip 2 galas this year, and I'm gonna take that money and put it down
and put it in, either get life insurance or put it invest in stocks for your kids.
Yeah. Get something meaningful, or get some gym membership and get healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And Fitness saying, let me just hear. Wait, what happens after the first week after Caravana?
Jerkfest. To me, still one of the best festivals in Canada. Actually,
that's so.
Ray says, I had some problems last year, but I'm hoping that the team will fix those problems. It could have been a pandemic phenomena, but yeah.
Ray says that most events are poorly attended. ACBN symposium didn't fill the space. Not sure about the others.
Yeah.
And Shirley goes, sometimes it's not the legal, it's a lack of experience in planning, and they didn't think of it.
I agree with Shirley. Yeah.
And assets over liabilities.
100%.
And then Wetfest, Jerkfest.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah. So Roger, I think you completed your mission.
No, it's your mission.
Ours. Our mission. I don't do.
I'm just here to support. I'm the co-host.
No, well, hold on a second, attendee. Who's this Fitness? Speaking of that, will any of you be attending EYL's Market Mondays evening? I don't know what EYL is.
Yeah.
and it says event on April 2nd. Don't know what it is, so tell me
I'll
about it
be,
offline.
I'll be in Halifax traveling back on.
I don't even know. I don't even. And I agree with Shirley. Yes, sometimes it's a last experience in planning, but the thing is, and I keep on telling you this: if you don't know something, ask.
Yeah, but as an event planner, Shirley, I think most people there's a limited amount of places like to put like an events listing, for example. So you have an event, you want to list the event, on in the old days it was like you could put it on Facebook, depending on what it is, Yelp, Buy Blacks as a listing. You should be sending your information to all Black media, Caribbean Camera, Sheer, Vision Newspaper, Dr. Vibe Show, etc., etc., etc. Right? I mean, you should even be sending it to Flow 987, although it's not Black owned. I mean, it's Black focused, right? So that's the thing. I find that even that in itself is kind of lacking. I don't know.
Well, see, and I think the next time, Roger, and we talk about this offline, and I talk, myself and Ryan talk about it periodically about Black events not sending their event to Black media. Now, again, they'll send it to the mainstream media.
Yeah.
But they don't send it to the Black media at all.
And we offline we have our criticism of that. I always feel like mainstream media has more audience.
Yeah.
Fact, right? So they have more audience. So therefore, if you hire an intern or you have somebody, I mean, you want them to hit the 80% of where you're gonna go. So they may actually just send it to City TV, CP24, blah blah blah. But really, your own niche media, which is Black media, are the ones that would come and cover the story and give it some exposure within your target market. Because truthfully, I don't know about you guys, but I only watch CP24 when I'm in the gym and I see it on when I'm walking by. But I'm not really turning it on every day. I don't watch Global. I only watch those things when my clients from Convo Media would be on one of those shows.
Exactly.
Otherwise, I'm not watching it.
No, I don't watch news on television because most of it's bad. Right? So that's a whole other conversation.
Just saying, right?
Yeah, exactly, right? So I don't. So next time you come out, I want to have a deeper conversation with that because it's something that just again.
Media. I think we will pull on people like some of my mentors, like Arnold from Sheer News, fantastic guy.
Yes, that would be a great online conversation. Yeah,
his story is amazing, and I think he has done, which Sheer is the best, in my opinion, one of the best Caribbean newspapers in the country, and so is the Caribbean Camera. I know people would probably want to disagree, but if you look at the consistency and the content and just the sheer volume of things that they cover, it's phenomenal.
All right. So some final comments before we shut it down. Buy Blacks and First Friday have the best email database and efficient marketing system. Anyone doing an event should contact them to propagate the event. There you go.
First Fridays has so much people on their mailing list. It's incredible. You know who else has an incredible mailing list too? Black in Canada, Ricardo McCree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
those are the people. Yep. Those are the people because the people or the demographic and psychographic of people on your list.
Yeah.
First Fridays and Ricardo's Black in Canada. Yeah. Those are the people you really want to get your message to.
That's right.
Email wise.
It's funny because email marketing, as much as I would say I downplay it now because social media is the bigger thing because it has more numbers. Email marketing is still very effective.
Yeah, because there's no algorithm.
Right. And once the person, so the thing what you have to do as a business person is make sure, don't add people to your list. Let them subscribe themselves. Yep. That's one of the key things. So our list is 100% organic. Yep. There's nobody on our list that I saw email and added to the list. Right.
There you go.
And then we run a program on the newsletter, the database to scrub and remove.
There you go. That's it. Yep.
Emails that are not
bouncing or not being responded to, right? You get rid of them.
And people who are not opening the emails over time,
get rid of them.
They get rid of them.
Get rid of them. That's right. Very, very true, because you're wasting their time and they're wasting your time.
Yeah, they're not engaged.
Right? They're not engaged. So let's complete this. Deidre says, I'm ready for an e-download small business marketing template. Well, maybe between the three guys here, we may create something that may be downloadable or offer our services. Black Community says, well, now I'm trying to create content on IG and the Facebook group for Black media spaces for content creators need to know. And again, the other day, my main mentor, Mr. Mary Armstrong, showed an article saying the best platform for influencers right now, believe it or not, is Instagram, not TikTok. Because again, if you're paying attention to the news, folks, it looks like the US government, they've already shut down TikTok on government phones. They're now coming for public phones that are based in the US to shut down TikTok. So keep a heads up. And when that happens, it's going to be interesting to see what happens to creators.
They're going to fly back to
Instagram. And I'm sure Instagram is
on YouTube.
YouTube, they're gonna Instagram and YouTube are loving
YouTube Shorts.
Shorts is huge. That's a whole other conversation.
I'm sure YouTube is funding this war against TikTok.
Exactly. Of course they are. You sure? And Mark Zuckerberg, of course YouTube and Meta are all behind this. Okay. Shout out to Warren Solomon. Perry says, so Applied Intelligence drops on Monday, and the book signing event is April 4th in Montreal, award-winning tropical restaurant. So please cover. Yes, well, Perry's going to be on my show in about a week from this Sunday.
Perry, I have been to Tropical Restaurant. It is one of my favorite Black-owned restaurants in Canada. It's on my top 5 list. I was telling you, I was having that barbecue chicken with a tamarind sauce, and I was licking. I felt like I wanted to eat.
He told me this. He told me this when we were talking. He was telling me this when we were talking.
So, Perry, what you need to do is go on buyblacks.com, go on the menu. There's a thing called editorial. You send the pitch through the form, right? And we also need to have a, you know what? Do you have the contact information for Perry?
I'll give it to you offline.
Please, I need to connect with you.
Yeah, definitely. But so Perry, for those, and actually I'm going to say to people, one of the things that took off the morning vibe to the next level was the first time Perry was on this show. That's when the demographics of the morning vibe started going to the next level. He blew up the morning vibe. And anytime he's on, he blows it up. So he will be on one of my other shows, Black Canada Talking, a week from this Sunday, and we're going to start promoting it in the next few days. Next up, Black Canadian Controversies. He does, but I think the Black in Canada, the site is down. Okay, so
I will. I'll reach out to Ricardo and see.
Yep, and then what was the second CO mentioned? I don't know. So come back to us on that quickly, because we're going to shut it down. I tend to think email is more effective, in my opinion. I see and read more by Black's emails than social media content, Ray is saying.
Yeah, Ray. That's what they say.
Yeah,
and algorithm, right?
Yeah, Fitness IQ counts. Praise ya. I don't have to start a TikTok then. And then I have Tim says, last comment here. I have Clubhouse and most of my day jumping in and out of rooms when I'm working. Some rooms are open all day with different guests jumping on. Why don't you try that for a 12? No, I'm not going to do a 12-hour marathon. No, did that many years ago. No, I don't. And it's got to be effective my time. I did many years ago. I did a 6-hour online men's summit. That's more than enough for me right now. And Clubhouse. Yeah, like I hear what you're saying, but I'll say right now, the most effective platform for me to be on is YouTube. As I say, YouTube is my jam, because especially with the information I get from YouTube, it tells me what time is best to post. That breaks down my demographic audience. So that's giving me the most return on my investments. The team I have working with me, they know anytime I give them content, they're creating YouTube shorts. Here's a quick thing just to finish off, Roger. Genevieve that was on, the first guest we had for our collaboration.
Yes.
I created a YouTube short, over 600 views.
Wow.
Over 600 views, YouTube short.
The next conversation is going to be very interesting.
Okay.
Yes.
So
I'll say.
that there we go. Well, you know it's coming, and that's just another promo that the last Friday this month.
Yep.
Starting last month, we have a writer or writers on from buyblacks.com going deeper on some of the articles they have written on the #1 Black online magazine in Canada. Roger, any last words before we let you go?
Yeah, you know what? Every time I hear that #1 thing, I think about search engine optimization. And if it's one tip I would give any business is focus on that for your website.
Yep.
Focus. Get your web designer to hone in on your keywords, key phrases that rank high for your business, for your industry that you're in, and make that be your maniacal focus, right? And you will do exactly what BuyBlacks does, which is we just get inbound marketing. I'm telling you, I do not make calls to clients to get them to advertise, and we have some of the biggest agencies advertising with us right now. So it's all about the search engine optimization. So that's, if there's anything, just to free up your time, this whole cycle of just always being out there and putting yourself out there is time consuming.
Yeah, and more than anything else these days, business owners want their time back.
Yeah,
like
people want their time back.
People want their time back. Like Roger and Camille, they've got each other's lives, they got their own lives, and they have 2 wonderful children. Plus, they're running 2 businesses. Plus, they're dealing with many. They're running. They got many things and many people reaching out to them. So they value their time.
100%.
Thank
you so much for having me on, brother.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Before we leave it off, everyone, a few things. I want you to subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show, especially on YouTube. And then also hit the notification button and like it on Facebook. Wherever you're watching it, subscribe. Also, if you want to promote your business or service on the show, like Ray McMillan has been doing every Monday for about the last 8 months.
Big up, Ray.
Support. If you want to touch base with me, there's a website, email address, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, The Dr. Vibe Show, Twitter at DRVIBESHOW, Instagram at The Dr. Vibe Show. And finally, you can watch replays of this epic conversation on my YouTube and Facebook channel on the Afro-Caribbean Business Network, Facebook and YouTube, and Ryan Oneil Knight on YouTube. So I think we got all the bases covered, family. Let me just see. I'm going to be nice and just include 2 last quick comments. Black Canadian content creators, Roger, I need to figure a small group coaching masterclass on SEO and get a group of content creators with you. Interesting.
I did that for the CABJ, the Canadian Association of Black Journalists. They had actually new black online platform publishers, and I walked them through a class on what to focus on to make their site faster and rank higher.
Absolutely. And she says she will reach out. So we are done. As always, you like to say, live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions and aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. Remember to give yourselves grace. Monday, we have Moi Fung. We're scheduled to have Moi Fung on the platform. She just did a recent filming of a conversation between 4 Black men. And she's going to be chatting about that. And she also has a movement called Pray for the Men movement.
Pray for the man, them. Pray for the man.
Is it man or is it men?
I think it's a man, them. It's a Jamaican colloquial. Yeah.
I have to read my T-shirt. I have a T-shirt for it, so I better make sure I wear my T-shirt that day.
I think so.
All right, family. Be well. Keep the faith. God bless. We'll see you on Monday. Have an outstanding weekend or have an outstanding day wherever you're watching this. Be well.